this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Friday, the 20th of August. Trump showing Bitcoin against the US dollar, looking at the hourly candlesticks, bullish start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 45,939 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 47,887. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Bitcoin to break out from 47,500 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 48,000 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Bitcoin target 50,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 49,008. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level of 44,818 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 44,000 levels. Second major support level sits at 42,870. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bullish histograms through the turn of the day, but no signs of a bearish cross, so keep an eye on that for direction. More significantly on the EMAs, after yesterday's bullish cross 50 through the 200, we're seeing the 50 close in on the 100, so a bullish cross there would support a run at 50,000 levels. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 45,939 and break out from 47,500 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that, support levels will come into play. Moving across Ethereum against US dollar, also bullish start to the day. Going to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 3111 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 3261. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Ethereum to break out from 3250 levels. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 3,300 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target the 23.6% fib at 3,369. Second major resistance level sits at 3,338. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 3,034 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should still well clear of sub 2,900 levels. Second major support level sits at 2,883. Looking at MACD's, slight narrowing of the bullish histograms this morning, but no signs of a bearish cross, so keep an eye on that for direction. On the EMAs, we're seeing the 50 narrow in on the 100 and the 200, and a bullish cross coming up with the 100 breaking through the 200, supporting this early upside this morning. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 3111, break back through to 3250 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Moving across to Litecoin against US dollar, also positive start. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid the pivot at 171 to support a run at the first major resistance level at 180. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Litecoin to break out from the 23.6% fib at 178. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Litecoin target 190 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 185. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 167 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Litecoin should continue to avoid sub 160. Second major support level sits at 158. Looking at the MACD, similar trend, slight narrowing of the bullish histograms through the turn of the day, but no signs of a bearish cross. On the EMAs, 50s closing in on the 100 and the 200 and looking to cross through the 200. That would support a breakout through the morning. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 171, break through the 23.6% fib at 178 to then bring resistance levels into play. Across to Ripple's XRP against US dollar, slow start to the morning. Going to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 1.1867 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 1.2826. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Ripple's XRP to break out from 1.25 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 1.3 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Ripple's XRP target 1.35 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1.3309. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 1.1385 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Ripple's XRP should continue to avoid sub 1.0 levels. We've got the 38.2% fib at 1.0659 and the second major support level at 1.0426 to limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we have a narrowing of the bullish histograms through the turn of the day, but again, no signs of a bearish cross, so monitor that through the morning. On the MAs, after yesterday's bullish cross, we got the 50 moving away marginally from the 100 and the 200, suggesting some upside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 1.1867, break through to 1.25 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play.